Hello, and welcome to Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I'm Miss Krista, and I'm so excited today to be at Campbell Elementary School with Ms. Matsey's and Mrs. Minnie's first grade classes. We are going to read one of my absolute favorite books, Hooray for Diffendoofer Day by Dr. Seuss. After that, once we learn how creative Diffendoofer school students are, we're going to make our very own Diffendoofer hats. And of course, it's not going to look quite like this because the Diffendoofer hat is going to be filled with markers and gems and construction paper stars and all kinds of creativity. And that's what our friends are going to do today. I hope that you love this book as much as I do. I hope that you try the craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel 20, that's channel 20 at agoc.com. I think I hear the kids coming. Let's get ready. Who has responsibilities at home? Things that you have to do that you know you have to do. Who does them without being asked? Who does your responsibilities? Who has to set the dinner table? Does anybody have a responsibility for setting the dinner table? Very good. Do you do it without being asked? If you know that Mama's getting dinner ready or Daddy is, do you get the dinner table set without being asked? You do? Excellent. Who clears their plate without being asked? Excellent. Who brushes their teeth and puts on their jammers without being asked? Wonderful. Very good. Who feeds their dog without being asked?
No, I don't have any dogs.
Oh. Do you have goldfish?
Yeah.
Goldfish love Kids Corner, by the way.
I have turtles.
You have turtles. Anything aquatic or amphibian love Kids Corner. They're not just swimming around in that bowl every day. They do watch TV. Yeah.
I feed my cat.
You feed your cat. That's an excellent responsibility. Good job. What about you?
I play with my brother.
You play. That's an excellent one. What about you?
I feed my crab every day.
You feed your crab every day. Do you have a crab? Is it the hermit variety? Is it a hermit crab? Or is it a regular crab? Regular crab. Very cool. Good job. Who is learning a lot this year? Is it your responsibility to learn?
Yes.
Indeed, it is your responsibility to learn. How do you learn? Do you have good listening ears?
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have good seeing eyes?
Yes.
Do you have hands that stay to yourself when you're... Excellent. My goodness, because this is first grade, right?
Yes.
This isn't kindergarten. This isn't preschool. You guys have it together. You're like big-time school-agers at Campbell Elementary. Who knows who I am?
A teacher.
I'm not really a teacher. I love teachers. Teachers are super, super cool. But I do something at a company. I work for a company named... Armstrong, bravo. And my name is Miss K-R-I, close, S-T, close, A. Starts with a K, ends with a Rista. What do you think it is? Close. It's Miss Krista. And I get to come to a different school a lot of Fridays and see different kids. And I love coming to Campbell Elementary School, and your teachers have heard me tell this story 100,000 times. Who knows why I love coming to Campbell Elementary? Who knows why I love coming to Campbell? Why do I love coming to Campbell?
Because you read stories.
I do, and I love it. I'm reading I'm reading my very favorite book of all time ever today because I wanted to do something special for my friends at Campbell. But there's another reason too. Why do you think I love coming to Campbell?
Play games with kids.
I love playing games with kids. You're right, and I've met a lot of nice kids, but you are some of the nicest kids I've ever met with some of the best teachers I've ever met. So I do love coming here for that reason. Why do you think?
I think you came so that way you could explore the old Campbell.
That's true. I do love to explore Campbell because Mr. Gregg, who's running the camera, has to hear me talk about Campbell in Struthers on my way in. We come in from North Lima, so we go through Struthers and Campbell, and he has to hear me tell stories about when I was a kid and about when my parents were kids, because guess where my parents grew up, my mom and my dad? Where do you think my parents grew up? It's where you live now. Well, they grew up in Campbell. My mom and my dad are from Campbell. And guess how my mom used to get to school?
The car.
Interesting. Car. Let's hear what other reason.
She will walk.
Walk. Okay, let's hear some others.
Bus. Right?
Bus. Okay, what do you think?
Walking.
Walking. Okay, what do you think?
A bus.
A bus. Okay, what do you think?
Bike.
A bike. That's a good one. What do you think again, honey?
I meant to say a bike.
You were going to say a bike. Okay, we have bike, bus, car, walk. What do you think?
Riding.
Riding. Interesting you say that. She did ride something. What do you think she rode?
She rode one of those old school cars.
One of those, well, not even that. Let's just say her car had hair, or what she rode had hair. What do you think?
A taxi.
A taxi?
Oh.
Probably sometimes, but not to school. What do you think?
She rode an animal.
She rode an animal. Who knows what it is? What do you think she rode? She rode a horse to school here, because Campbell, a long time ago, and I promised my mom I would no longer say a long time ago, used to be farms. And she lived on a farm in Campbell, and she drove her horse to school every day. I have no idea what the horse's name was. I really need to ask her that. So we love Campbell, and I'm so excited because I love being here so much. I brought a very special book for you because I love to read. Who loves to read? You're first grade, so you read all the time, right? Do you read every night? Oh, bravo. I love to hear that because reading is practice for your minds, and your minds need practice. Do you love TV?
Yes.
Of course, I love TV too, which is good because I work for a company that provides TV for people. And do you love SpongeBob?
Yes.
Do you love Victorious?
Yes.
Do you love Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Do you love Transformers?
Yes.
I got the back row there. Do you love My Little Pony?
Yes.
Do you like Strawberry Shortcake?
Yes.
Do you love Care Bears?
Yes.
Do you love Power Rangers?
Yes.
Well, it makes me happy that you do love television because, of course, that's what keeps me employed at Armstrong. But there's something else that's just as important as watching TV. Books, bravo. And we are going to read. Are you ready to read my very special book before we do my very special craft?
Yes.
Fantastic. Who has heard of Dr. Seuss? Oh, fantastic. Dr. Seuss. I'd love to say he's a friend of mine, but he's not. I wish I knew him because he's a fantastic man. But this book was written not only by Dr. Seuss, but by a couple students of his named Jack Prelutsky and Lane Smith. They helped him write this book because he was pretty sick when he started writing it. So they helped him finish it. And let's see if it's as Dr. Seussy as the other books that you've read. Hooray for Diffendoofer Day. I've always lived in Dinkerville. My friends all live here too. We go to Diffendoofer School. We're happy that we do. Our school is at the corner of Dinkzuper and Dinkzot. It looks like any other school, but we suspect it's not. I think we're learning lots of things not taught at other schools. Our teachers are remarkable. They make up their own rules. Who has a remarkable teacher? I better see every hand go up. You certainly do. Miss Wobble teaches listening. Miss Wobble teaches smelling. Miss Fribble teaches laughing. And Miss Quibble teaches yelling. Miss Twining teaches tying knots and neckerchiefs and noodles, and how to tell chrysanthemums from miniature poodles. Miss Vining teaches all the ways a pigeon may be peppered, and how to put a saddle on a lizard or a leopard. Have you learned that yet?
No.
Yeah. You know, that might be second grade. My teacher is Miss Bonkers. She's as bouncy as a flea. I'm not certain what she teaches, but I'm glad she teaches me. Look, look, she chirps, I'll show you how to tell a cactus from a cow. And then I shall instruct you why a hippo cannot hope to fly. She even teaches frogs to dance and pigs to put on underpants. One day she taught a duck to sing. Miss Bonkers teaches everything. Of all the teachers in our school, I like Miss Bonkers best. Our teachers are all different, but she's differenter than the rest. We also have a principal. His name is Mr. Lowe. He's the very saddest man that any of us know. He mumbles, "Are they learning this and that and such?" His face is wrinkled as a prune from worrying so much. He breaks a lot of pencil points from pushing down too hard, and many dogs start barking as he mopes around the yard. We think he wears false eyebrows. In fact, we're sure it's so. We hear he takes them off at night. I guess we'll never know. But we know he likes Miss Bonkers. He treats her like a queen. He's always there to watch her when she's on her trampoline. There are many other people who make Diffendoofer run. They are utterly amazing. I love every single one. Our nurse, Miss Clot, knows what to do when we've got sniffles or the flu. One day I had a splinter so, she bandaged me from head to toe. Do you have a nurse in your school? Do you have a custodian?
Yes.
Mr. Plunger, our custodian, has fashioned a machine, a super flooper-doo. It keeps the whole school clean. One day I was in your cafeteria, and I think I saw somebody on a super flooper-doo. It was like a big car, and it drove around the whole floor and cleaned it up. It was the coolest thing. Our music teacher, Mrs. Fox, makes bagpipes out of straws and socks. Our art instructor, Mr. Bees, paints pictures hanging by his knees. In science class with Mr. Katz, we learned to build robotic rats. Miss Loon is our librarian. She hides behind the shelves and often cries out louder when we're reading to ourselves. Who runs your library? Ms. Lipinski, bravo. You hold it wide, and then you are going to fold it one time over. One time the wide way, so you have a really wide strip. Just like so. With the opening at the bottom. The opening is at the bottom. Keep it closed. The opening is at the bottom, though. Oh, you did it perfect, sweetie. You did a good job. And now, what you are going to do is you are going to take one edge and fold it down so that it's with the bottom, so that it is even with the bottom. You are going to take one edge and fold it down so that it's even. There you go.